Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Yes, I know, ladies and gentlemen, another video about our dear friend, Jeffrey Marsh. Jeffrey Marsh, after the election, just sort of had a complete and utter meltdown, was very, very worried about all of Jeffrey's members of Jeffrey's community, right, that were having also major freakouts and breakdowns because they've all been lied to say that Trump is the boogeyman and Trump is going to stop them from living their own life and in peace and harmony and all that sort of other stuff. And so now Jeffrey has taken it upon Jeffrey's self to try and help these fellow members of Jeffrey's community by giving out advice that Jeffrey has no business in giving out any such advice like this. And that includes telling family members to cut off other family members if they happen to like or voted for Donald Trump. I think it's really absurd. It's quite tribal-like behavior for family members to cut off another family member over politics. I think if you're cutting off a family member because they disagree with you politically, you've got the issue, not the family member that voted for Trump. Because I guarantee you that family member doesn't want to cut you off. So why is the, I guess, Kamala Harris supporter or voter, why are they thinking that it's a good idea to cut off the family member that voted for Trump? How does that work exactly? But Jeffrey Marsh seems to think that it's Jeffrey's responsibility to give out advice that Jeffrey's got no business in giving out. And that includes cutting off one's family over politics. That is not a good reason to cut off your family. Not a good reason at all. Okay? It is a stupid and pathetic reason. In fact, I wouldn't even call it a reason at all. It's just stupid. Politics is dumb, right? Politics, for me, I honest to God hate it. I would much rather do without it, if you ask me, because all it is a bunch of dingbats and numbskulls thinking that they know actually how to run a country, but they don't. In fact, they make it worse for everybody else because they're so proud and arrogant, self-righteous. And I know I'm including Trump in the matter as well, but at least his policies make more sense than Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was far out. She was evil incarnate. She really, really was. And I'm glad that Trump won over Harris. I'm glad that the people actually were like, oh, we can't have her. It's not because she's a woman. It's because she's dumb, because she's stupid, and because she's the devil incarnate, man. And I think Jeffrey comes very close as well, if you haven't already noticed. I've made quite a few videos of not only Jeffrey Marsh threatening Trump supporters, but Jeffrey just giving out terrible, terrible advice that Jeffrey should not be giving out because Jeffrey's not a psychologist or a therapist. Jeffrey is a coach or a life coach of sorts. Personally, I don't want to be life coached by anyone that looks like or acts like Jeffrey Marsh. Just saying, because the so-called advice or life coaching that they would be given out doesn't actually align with the way I live my life. And I don't think it is a wise or a smart idea to let your kids watch Jeffrey Marsh on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever else. But Jeffrey has got a huge following, and that's my problem. I don't give out advice on this show because I know I have no business and I have no qualification in giving out such advice. All I can do is share from my own personal experience. And if I see people that are doing stuff like this, I will call them out because it's not right. And I can give you reasons as to why it's not right, why this is in fact creepy and should not be going on. You should not be telling people, Jeffrey, online to cut off family members because You claim to be all about kindness, love, dignity, and respect, but yet you're telling people to cut off family members because you think they're going to treat their other family members with disrespect and unkindness. Are you kidding me? Like, you have been lied to. You have been brainwashed by the mainstream media. And even the mainstream media, in some respects, are starting to wake up and realize that, we can't keep gaslighting everyone into believing that Trump is the worst person on the face of the earth. We can't keep doing that. It's not going to help our audience. In fact, they're losing audience members because their audience members are starting to wake up and starting to realize and smell the roses that your lies aren't going to penetrate us anymore. So stop it. And stop, Jeffrey Marsh, lying more and more to your audience. It just shows gives a bad taste in not only everyone else's mouth or eyes, but far out. It just shows that you just got no moral standing whatsoever. I didn't think you had one to begin with, but you got literally none. You're doing stuff like this. So have a watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, this is a series about cutting off your Trumpy family members. Why do you need to be perfect? Why do you need to consider everyone's feelings and make sure everyone is okay in the situation and watch what you say and say it perfectly and say it right, while they get to say whatever? They get to be racist, mean, awful to you, not respect your boundaries. They get to say whatever, do whatever, never consider your feelings. Why do you need to be perfect? And they get to do and say whatever. Does that sound fair to you?
I always go, Jeffrey, you're speaking about yourself. Racist, not respecting your boundaries, not understanding your feelings, none of that sort of stuff. That's not us. We respect like your boundaries and whatever else. Hey, mate, I'm putting up a huge boundary with you. Don't go anywhere near me and don't touch me. That's like a given because I don't want anyone like you anywhere near me. It doesn't mean I'm going to be unkind. It's just I'm putting up a boundary. I don't imagine you respecting that boundary, but you're telling people that are Trump supporters, you're saying that they're racist. They're the ones that are causing all the problems. They're apparently being mean and awful to members of your community, but I don't believe for 1 second they are. I think the person that is saying this, like yourself, you're projecting. You're projecting something that's not actually there. Maybe that might be the case. Have you thought that far ahead yet? And this question that Jeffrey's asking, why do you need to be perfect? I don't know about you, but I actually think that Trump supporters and conservatives, I know there are members that seem to be self-righteous and not humble. I'm not denying that for 1 second. But a lot of people in Jeffrey's side of the community, how many would say that are actually humble and kind and respectful? Because I see a lot that aren't. And Jeffrey's going, they can do and say whatever they want to say, but does that sound fair to you? Well, I'll have you know, Jeffrey, that you say, if you haven't already noticed, you say whatever you want to say, you do whatever you want to do, and you don't give a crap what anyone thinks, right? So why can't the other side? We live in a free country, in a free society. I don't think it's right for you to be giving out advice because you have no business giving out advice. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop you from giving out advice. I'm just going to warn people because that's my due diligence as a member of the community as well, to warn people about individuals like yourself who are charlatans, who are liars, and have no business telling other people what they can and can't do. Your message is contradictory. If you haven't already noticed, mate. Just saying. Maybe you want to check that a little bit. Rework things. But anyway, that's enough from me. Be warned, be very cautious, be very careful about charlatans like Jeffrey Marsh. Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.